Hey guys, welcome back on Techno Vibes. This is Sachin and I hope you guys are in great health. In the Linux tutorial series, we have covered two videos so far. In the first one, we have discussed about how you can download and install um, one of the Linux distributions on your computer with the help of a virtual box, how you can install it. On the other part, we have seen that a quick overview on Linux GNOME desktop environment. As I have installed CentOS 7. I will be giving you most of the demonstrations on GNOME desktop environment. I will be using the terminal on GNOME environment only. If you have already installed a core operating system, that's well and good. However, if you do not have a Linux operating system so far, go ahead and watch my previous two videos so that you can install a Linux operating system with the help of a virtual box on your computer before we proceed on our next video. So guys, in today's tutorial, we will be discussing about how to understand Linux commands. We will not be discussing about any specific commands in this. However, we will be learning about how you can understand any of the Linux commands. In case you are not able to understand it, how you can find a solution or how you can find information related to those commands. If you only have the keywords, how to search those commands so that you can proceed on your working environment. So guys, if you have liked my previous videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe my YouTube channel and don't forget to follow us on Facebook. So with that being said, let's get started with how to understand Linux commands. Guys, like I said that I will be using the GNOME desktop environment. I am logged in my Linux virtual machine with the username Sachin. Let's quickly go ahead and get our hands dirty with command section. So for that, I'll be going into applications and then into utilities and then terminal. Now we have the terminal window open, and the very first thing which you will notice on the terminal window, that is the prompt. So let's go ahead and try to identify the components of the prompt. Guys, this complete section, this part is known as a prompt. All right, so the very first part, the very first section which you will find here is the name of the user with which you are logged in. As you can see that I am logged in with the username Sachin. The second part you will find here is the name of the computer on which you are logged in, or the name of the virtual machine on which you are logged in. All right, the third part which you will find here is that a tilde sign. We will not be deep diving into this tilde sign because I'll be covering it in the later on sections. So for now, just remember that this tilde sign indicates the user's home directory. All right, so whenever a normal user logs in, this dollar symbol indicates that the user is not an administrator. So how you can identify that whether user is an administrator or not? Let's go ahead and give you an example. I'll just quickly log in as a user. Now I have logged in as a root user. As you can see that as soon as I have elevated my privileges, as soon as I have logged in as an administrator, the prompt has changed from dollar to hash. So it's very easy to identify that whether you are logged in as a root user or an administrator, or you are logged in as a normal user. I hope this is very clear to you guys. So let's move on. And Linux command has three sections. The first part is the command itself, which you will be running. The second part is the option or the switch. This is an optional part for few commands, right? So it's not necessary that for each and every command you have to write an option, otherwise they will not run. No, there is nothing like that. There are many commands which does not even require an option, so this is an optional part. The third part which you will find here, the third part which you will find here is the argument, which is the target on which the command will work. All right, I hope this is very clear. So I'll quickly give an example so that it can be clear to you. Let's say that there is a command in Linux that is for listing. So that command is the ls command. I'll just type ls and enter, and as you can see that it shows me that what are the files which are available. All right. So let's say that if I go ahead and use an option with this command, let's say that -l. Now see the difference. The output has changed. So it entirely depends upon the option that how your command will behave. It entirely changes the output. All right. At first, you can see that I have just ran ls command and I only got the files which were in that particular directory. But in the second part, I have used -l, that is for long listing, which has given me more information on that particular files. So now let's go ahead and change the directory and check that what are the other directories which are available in different directories. As you can see that I have just changed one of those directories. Don't get confused about anything else. You just have to understand the concept as of now, that how the command works, right? So as you can see that now we have so many directories inside. Let's say that ls-l, and as you can see that the output has entirely changed. All right. Let's say that I am again going into any different directory. Let's say etc. I do ls and I can find so many files inside this files and directories. I'll do this and see the output has been changed. So it entirely depends upon that what sort of output we need, right? So let's get back to where I was earlier. These were the two files which were available and I used ls-l and this is what I get. So now you know that how options can change the behavior of the command which you are running. So let's quickly have a look on the third part of the command, that is the arguments. So let's say I am running the command ls. These are the two files which are available under this home directory of root. Okay. Now, if I give a target, if I give a path to this command, that where this command should work on, let's say that I am typing /etc, which means that this command will work on the directory which is under the given path, which is /etc. Let's go ahead and see what happens then. You can see all the files and directories inside /etc. All right. So as you can see that now there is a change in the target. With the help of the argument, we have given a target to that ls command, that command to run. Like so now, in the first part, we have seen that how the command runs. Okay, as you can see that we have used ls command, that is for the listing of the files and directories in any particular directory. Okay, in the second part, we have used an option with command. Okay, so this has given us a long listing of the files and directory. More information is provided. So as you can see that as soon as I used option with command or any switch with command, the behavior or the output of that command changed. I hope this is very clear to you all. Now, in the third part is the argument, that is the target on which this command should run. What I have done here is I have used ls and then I have given it a target directly /etc, and then as you can see that the directories which are present in /etc, those are visible now. So I hope you guys are very clear on what are the components of a command which combine together to manipulate or change the output of the command itself. So now you know that what are the components involved in commands and how you can understand them. Let's go ahead and take another example, that is the manual pages, which is more like a help section on your Linux environment. In order to access man pages, you just have to type man, which is the command which we will be using, and we will be using an argument, that is the target on which this man command will run. In our case, we will be using the ls command, which we have used a few minutes back. So as soon as I press enter after typing ls, we will be getting the complete information on the ls command. As you can see that there are so many things which you can find here: name, synopsis, description, and then the usage. You can find so many options. So let's see that how you can understand these. The very first section here is the name of the command. As you can see that ls stands for list directory contents. All right. The second file, the second part is the synopsis, that how you can use this command. I hope this is very clear. Next, we have the description, which is, you can say, more information on ls command. As you can see that lists information about files, the current directory by default, sort entries alphabetically if none of these options are used. All right, so as you can see that we have used ls command at first, in which we have got the directories or files under the home directory. As you can see here, what mentioned here is, as you can see what mentioned here is the current directory by default. So when you are using ls command, by default you will be getting the list of the content inside the directory in which you are present. Okay, just below that you can find there are so many options which you can use with. In order to exit manual pages, you can press q. In order to uh, use the manual pages, check the content, you cannot use mouse, you can use the up and down arrow keys. So let's exit from here. I just press q, and now we are out of the manual pages. All right, so does that mean that I can check the information of the man command as well? Let's find out. Now you can see that I have the information of man command as well. Now let's go ahead and have a clear understanding of that what are these manual pages. Man is a system manual pager in which you can find so many different informations. All right, what are these? We will cover it up all in the help section, but as of now, for now, this is just for the sake of knowledge and understanding about that how you can understand commands. All right, so let's say that if you are not aware about what are the commands which you need, okay, here we have the option man-k. So let's say that if you are not aware about that what are the commands which you want to work on, you just know that what you want to do. Let's say that you want to check for network or you want to search for any file, but you do not know exact commands. What you can do is you can use man along with -k. That is the option, and what it does is search the short descriptions and manual page names for the keyword as a regular expression. Let's try to find out. So let's say that I am using this option, and what I want to do is that I want to search for network related information, but I'm not aware about the commands, right? What I'll do is that I'll do man-k and the keyword, and as you can see that it will search the complete manual pages and give you the information on each and every command which is mentioned in the manual pages related to network. As you can see that there are so many commands which are there: get network host entry, network database functions. So wherever there is network keyword which are in the manual pages, it will shortlist that and give you the information on that. So now you know that how you can search for manual pages if you are not aware of the commands. All right. So let's say that if you are not aware of the command, you can use man-k. And let's say that you want the information on file system. You just enter the keyword and you will get all the information on the file systems which are available inside the manual pages. So related commands or any files or any configuration files or whatever the information present in manual pages, you can easily find it here. All right, so let's clear this up. Let's get out of the user, clear it up again. All right, so guys, in today's video we have seen that how you can understand manual pages, also how you can understand a Linux command. All right, let's take one more example before we end the video. Let's say that we are using a command which is less. As you can see that it is saying that missing file name. Like I said earlier, that command may or may not have an option or a switch. It may or may not have an argument also. All right, so I should do it like this. So this will make you clear. So let's say if I do ls help, I'll be able to find the information on what are the options which are available. So guys, now I believe that you are very sure about that how you can identify or learn about commands by your own self, right? Like I said, command has three parts: command, options, and arguments. There are certain commands which you can run without any argument or option. There are certain commands which require an option. There are certain commands which requires an argument. There are certain commands which requires argument as well as commands. So you will be able to identify this later on by practicing it on regular basis. Second part is that if you are not aware about any particular command, you want to learn about those command, all you need to do is that you can search into the manual pages. For that, you just have to type in man space the command name or any configuration file name. All you need to do, you need to type in man space the command name, and you will be able to find the manual pages related to that file. In case you are not aware about the command, you just have to enter the keyword by using the option -k. So all you need to type in man -k and the keyword which you want to search for. So guys, with that being said, I'm just winding up the video. So guys, so far if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook. I'll see you in the next upload.